Good morning students. Today we are studying about all the blood vessels, the names of the blood vessels in our body. So as I told you earlier, the veins and the arteries are taking the blood away from the heart or bring the blood to the heart, and there are very thin blood vessels. In between them they are the capillaries, where the exchange takes place between the blood and the tissues or cells of water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, waste and the nutrients. Now today we learn about in detail all the names of the blood vessels and their functions, and also what type of blood they carry, whether they carry oxygenated blood or deoxygenated blood. Now the heart, as we have already told you, it is in the center of the chest or thorax, but because it is tilted towards the left side, many people say it is on the left side of our body. It is actually situated in the center of the body, protected well by the pericardium as well as the rib cage, and because its one portion is tilted towards the left, it is more portion is towards the left. That is why it is called it is in the left side, but actually it is centrally located. Now, the blood vessels either bring the blood to the heart or take the blood away from the heart. So we are learning each one in detail. The first one, what happens here is the vena cava is the biggest vein in our body. So the superior vena cava and there is an inferior vena cava which brings the blood from the lower part of the body below the heart region. The blood is taken by this, that is inferior vena cava, and the superior vena cava brings the blood only from the head region and the shoulder region. So when they come, they meet together to form a biggest vein, that is vena cava, and bring it to the right atrium or right auricle. Now simultaneously what happens on the other side is the blood which has gone to the lungs for purification or for gaseous exchange, when this comes into the right auricle, at the same time the blood which has gone back to the lungs also comes through the pulmonary veins, that is left pulmonary vein from the left side of the lungs, and the right pulmonary vein brings the blood from the right lobes of the lungs. They come here and open into the left auricle. Same time when this happens, this also happens on the other side at the same time. Now this is vena cava is singular and they are called vena cavae. Both together called vena cavae, and they meet to make one biggest vein, that is vena cava. Now coming to the pulmonary veins will bring the blood here. Now when this blood is filled in the auricles, then this, because the valves, that is tricuspid valve on the right side and the bicuspid valve on the left side, because they are between the auricle and the ventricle, they are called atrioventricular valves. Atrio because they are between the auricles and the ventricles on both the sides, so they are called atrioventricular valves. When these are filled with blood, it puts pressure on these valves, they open, and then within a second they close. So when this closes, it is happening simultaneously. This both close together, the tricuspid valve or the bicuspid valve close together, making the first sound of the heartbeat called the lub sound, L-U-B-B, lub or L-U-B, lub sound. Now as soon as the blood reaches here, that is the ventricles on both the sides, these are filled. When these are filled, what happens is they will be pushed to the next, that is this part is called actually the pulmonary trunk, and then this pulmonary trunk will divide into two arteries. One is the two arteries, the pulmonary left artery and the right side will be pulmonary right artery. So these both will carry the blood the deoxygenated blood from the ventricle to both the sides to the lungs. So pulmonary trunk is a common passage. Now this, when it goes, the blood when it goes, same thing happens to the other side, that the pure blood or the oxygenated blood which has come here goes to the ventricles. This closes. When this closes, then when these are filled, again this will be pushed into the aorta. So here there is semilunar valves in the pulmonary artery actually and the aorta. So they close together. That is making the second sound of the heartbeat. That is the duck sound. So the heartbeat constitutes a duck sound. It is happening so fast within seconds that there is no time gap between the two. The duck sound is so quick. If you can hear with the stethoscope, you come to know it's so quick that you don't realize that the blood flows from the auricles to the ventricles first, making the first sound. And that is the end of the auricular contractions. And when these blood is filled here, it goes into the pulmonary artery to go to the lungs, and simultaneously this side blood, which is oxygenated blood, goes to the aorta to go to all the parts of the body. This second valves, that is semilunar valves, the pulmonary valve and the aortic valve close at the same time. So that is the end of the ventricular contractions. So actually what happens is when the blood is filled in, they are relaxed. When the blood fills in, the heart muscles are relaxed. So auricles relax and contract at the same time simultaneously, and also the ventricles contract and relax at the same time. So the heartbeat forms the heartbeat and the blood keeps on moving to the whole body and comes back to the heart. Now, the aorta is the biggest artery in the human body, and it will be divided into many branches where they will be going to all the parts of the body as different names, veins. The vein which is going to, arteries. So the artery which is going to the kidney is called a renal artery. The artery which is going to different liver and the intestines, there are hepatic artery, etc. Now there is one more important artery and vein, that is the heart also needs the blood to function because it is made up of cells. The cells are the cardiac muscles, they are made up of tissue cells. So there is a branch of the heart arteries. The aorta also branches into an artery which takes the blood to the walls of the heart. That is the coronary artery. So coronary artery will take the blood to the walls of the heart. When it is used up by all the cells, that is oxygen is taken by them and carbon dioxide which is given out, that is carried back and put into circulation. So it comes back into the right auricle through the coronary vein. So coronary artery will take the blood to the wall of the heart. It will be used up. Used means exchange of gases will take place, and the used blood again will come back to go into circulation back through the coronary vein. Now, because blood circulation takes simultaneously at the same time on both the sides, you can see this blue color. This blue color shows it is deoxygenated blood, whereas on the other side it is red color, that is, it is oxygenated blood. This is only for reference in the textbook. The blood is red in color, but this side blood is little deep red or purplish red in color, whereas this is bright red in color. So both these blood do not get mixed up. The deoxygenated blood and the oxygenated blood never gets mixed up, because as I told you in the last video, this blood comes here to the right auricle, from there it will go to the left right ventricle, then it will go to the lungs. From the lungs it will come back to the left auricle. From the left auricle it comes to the left ventricle, then it will pass to the whole body. So there are two things happening simultaneously. If you take a small volume of blood, the blood which comes here, it will take this path to the lungs, back to the heart. So this path from the right auricle to the right ventricle and to the lungs and coming back to this, that is left auricle. This part, this much part is called pulmonary circulation. Just from the heart to the lungs and coming back. So you have to know the arteries well and the veins. So here it starts from the right auricle to the right ventricle to the pulmonary artery to lungs. Just consider here the lungs. From the lungs it comes back to the heart, that is the right left auricle. This much is pulmonary circulation. Pulmon means lungs. Now this same blood, when it reaches the right left auricle, it goes to the left ventricle. Now again it is leaving the heart. The same blood, again when it reaches here, it leaves the heart to the aorta, it goes to the whole body, comes back to the heart. So the movement of blood from the heart to the whole body and coming back to the heart through the aorta and then coming back to the vena cava or vena cava. So this is called systemic circulation. So pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation are two types of circulation happening all over the time in our body. So here the atrioventricular valves will close and then seminal valves will close. So when the auricles or the ventricles are filled with the blood, this is called diastole. Diastole is filling up of the blood on both the sides. It happens at the same time, and when they contract, it goes to the ventricles, and when these ventricles are filled, it goes to the pulmonary artery and the aorta. So this contraction and relaxation of the muscles take place all the time, and this is how the blood flows in our body. So when the heart chambers relax and filled with body, it is called diastole, and when they contract, the blood is pushed out of them, that time it is called systole. So diastole is followed by systole all the time. You can also say contraction is followed by relaxation all the time. So now all the arteries in our body carry the oxygenated blood except the pulmonary artery which carries the deoxygenated blood, and all the veins in our body carry deoxygenated blood, and only the pulmonary vein which brings the blood back from the lungs, only they carry the oxygenated blood. All other veins carry deoxygenated blood. So there are actually 4 chambers. The contraction of the auricles is always followed by contraction of the ventricles, and as I told you, because this distance is very small, the distance for the blood to flow is very less. Because of that, these walls are thin, whereas this is thick. The ventricular walls are thick because they have to push the blood from here, force the blood either to the whole body, and this side it has to force the blood to the lungs. So these are both thick, and actually this is thicker than this also. Now in between there is something called the interventricular septum. This interventricular septum is the barrier because of which the blood will not get mixed up from both the sides of the body. Now we cannot see the atrial septum. This is the ventricular septum. atrial septum is also there behind the aorta and behind this pulmonary trunk, which do not allow the auricular blood also to mix. Now, before the child is born, what happens is this circulation is not the same. The mother's blood go from the mother's body to the vein and artery to the child, the baby, and whatever waste and the carbon dioxide is given out of the body is again going back into the through a vein to the mother's body, and the mother's body will throw it out as normal. So here there is one hole in the heart region. The blood keeps on moving from this way. It goes to the mother's body and comes back to the heart. There is no tricuspid, bicuspid doesn't work that time. And the lungs which are there in the baby are flat. So there is no exterior gases taking place and all. So what happens is, when the baby is born and cries for the first time, that is the time I appreciate God for this, because that is the time where this hole closes down and this functioning starts, the lungs starts functioning, they become big like balloons, air first gets into it and there is exchange of gas taking place. So when the baby's first cry, it starts functioning. But the heartbeat is there long before the baby's birth. So the lungs are functional only when the baby cries, and sometimes if the baby doesn't cry, it's risk for the child, for that baby, if this doesn't happen. So this is the way our heart functions in our body. Because this blood goes once to the lungs, comes back, then again the same blood goes to the body and comes back. 2 times it is leaving the heart and coming back. So because of that, it is called double circulation. So human blood circulation is also called double circulation. I repeat once again so that you get the picture of it. If you think that this is one room, second room, third room, fourth room, and here there's a upstairs, fifth lungs, then what you can say is, in the house, you come here, think you are the blood. You come here, you go to this room, there's a door to this room, then there's a staircase to the lungs, this fifth room. There are 2 doors here. So when you're coming back, you can't come here again. Okay? In case of blood circulation, I'm saying. So when you come back from this room, there is another door. From that room, you come to the second room and then to this fourth room. So there's no, it's like one way. Here one from the right auricle,